in the latest installment of book fair booth tours. We're in California, in booth 113. Post Codex picked up some great new stuff, and I'll try and go through it quickly. Excuse me. Starting with some new material from Tim Schwartz, Digital Resistance Kit and Modern Methods of Book Production with redacted text. Japanese propaganda, World War II propaganda matchbooks mounted. Miniatures, as always, small sample this time. Wonderful book on, well, frankly, on passing gas, printed on vellum in the around 1800. James Joyce, Finnegan's Wake, book art piece by Zima, in 4 volumes matching the 4 parts, in which she cut apart the text block and knitted it back together. So that is the entire text taken apart and put back together in order, but knitted. Stymie 2, which is of course Roger Ebert's teenage zine, some H.P. Lovecraft, and Rudyard Kipling's ditties in the back, departmental. New, wonderful, slightly hard to see here, Nuno box, which is the work of Reiko Sudo, fabric textile piece, composed like a bento box. Really lovely bit of work. Starting up high, Carolyn Trant, Jamie Murphy, Ireland, some book plates, Welcome Prophets, wonderful binding by Jarmila Sabota. Tim Ely, Bones of the Book, and then and Travels in Egypt in 4 parts, the unique variant copy he made for a friend and client. Some miniature design bindings by Aaron Fletcher, and mounted specimen bindings by Christina Motto, and a little vellum sample book by Roland Mutter in Germany. More Ely, 5, his newest book TX8, or one of his newer books, TX8, there in the back, and Isometria here, a shelf of white bindings. Melanie Munoz work, Nancy Lober's newest collage book, Jamie Murphy's also newest, Town, and Golden Thread, also new from Mindy Beloff, Intima Press. Inez's Color Schwartz on the back. Miniatures from University of Virginia program. Work from Maureen Cummins, both therapist, and her newest secretary. Gabby Cooksey, more Tim Schwartz, letterpress constructed images of smartphone screens. Jamie Murphy in the corner, more Murphy, Sam Winston, Thomas Parker. A number of new, or new to us if you will, work from Helen Hibbert, including the wonderful Alpha Beta. Michael Kutch, 50 Revolutions is also Helen's work. Gabby Cooksey's bindings, and Book of Penumbra is hers as well. Sarah Hulsley's Asterisms in the back, Scream at the Librarian. Newest work from, new book from Russell Moret. This is I believe the last available deluxe edition of Character Traits. Sean Richards' Hamlet, design binding with the skull. Gabby Cooksey's design binding for Death of Poets. A little bit of idiosyncratic poster art. Real Story of Superheroes, which is a wonderful, actually, done a number of years ago, but tragically timely now, collection of photographs of immigrants, largely Mexican, South American immigrants in New York, by a Mexican female photographer, who each of them dresses in a different superhero costume, and it includes their, frankly, it includes their real name, what it is they do, and how much they send back to their families weekly. It's a very strong bit of work. Daily Citizen, wonderful, one of the, if you will, true first printings, which are scarce as hen's teeth, of the Vicksburg wallpaper edition after Vicksburg fell, in which Union soldiers replaced the text in the bottom corner, sort of saying, "You're very welcome. You'll no longer have to print your newspaper on newspaper, or eat scraps, shall we say." Across the top, we have more Australian. It'll be more later. Australian, sort of anacro anti-uranium poster art. Altered photo of Lee Harvey Oswald with Johnson's head. Gun control begins in the White House. Raymond Pettibon, Gordon Gano, manuscript letter, and a great piece, hard to find, from Reagan's famous "We begin bombing in 5 minutes" joke, quote unquote. Design bindings, including new work, both new work and new binders who we recently started working with. So we have work from Aaron Fletcher and Tracy Rutledge, more from Aaron and excuse me, and Kathy Abbott, Colin Urbina, work from Julie Stackpole and Sarah Holland in London, outside of London, and more Sean Richards. In the corner, a little Sam Winston, his really wonderfully bound Bernie Sanders piece. Mexican, Central American book artists, actually several different artists and bits of work on a few shelves. David Foster Wallace's Consider a Lobster, done by Essentious Press. Karen Randall, Ken Campbell's Tilt, beautiful copy. Helen Hibbert's Tangential, which has both embroidery and cut paper elements. Jessica Spring, Lexi's punctuated weaving, which is of course hot lead ASCII art, if you will. Julie Stackpole, the corset. Sarah Holland's really quite spectacular binding on Lolita. Sonia Sheets, Desaad, some brothel candles, and Sam Feinstein's Justine, Dangerous Women in the background. And we get into sort of sex, death, and the devil. Generally, some Pettibon, wonderful. This is actually a collection of erotica, but they're concealed. If you look at the foredge, you can see the hint of a few. Each of the leaves of the sample book. Sorry about that, metal door jag. So there'll be a kink as I edited that out. Again, wonderful concealed erotica piece. Some interesting subculture, counterculture material, variety of areas, so to speak. Neon, sex workers' rights, gatewood marquettes for forbidden pictures, a strange little collection of Fallout material, De Crozier manuscript, which we'll have open later. Happy to send images of any. Some tarot sets, etc. Lives of the Necromancers, Vikram and the Vampire. Wonderful bound copy of White Stains, Crowley. Funerary pieces, tarot. Magic, generally. And last but not least, take you on a little tour to the annex, so to speak, where we're given some extra room to hang some anacro. This is the rest of the anacro, Australian anacro political material. It's just some great graphic arts and one of the only 2 known copies of the Australian Rock Against Racism poster, which of course is Nazis are no fun and smash the National Front. Anyway, give a shout if you'd like information about anything specific. Hope to see you here, and if not, hope this was fun. Thanks.